If you've ever tried to create symphonic metal before and you don't have access to a full orchestra and a studio to record them in, then you have probably looked into virtual instruments, also known as sample libraries, and then you discovered how expensive they're so expensive. Except when they're free. So today we're gonna try and create the highest budget version of metal on a budget of $0. You might be like, Trey, I'm a metal guitar player. What the f do I do with a piccolo? Fret not, chum. By the time this video is over, you're gonna know what to do with a piccolo. I'll put links to all of the sample libraries and virtual instruments that I use in the description. They are all free.
And now all together, Avada Kedavra! And again!
First, we need a theme that's gonna make the wood nymphs dance in the forest. All the wood nymphs hear that shit and they be like, oh, this is my fucking jam! That one's the Orchestral Tools Helix Free String Ensemble in their Sign Player, which is also free. Let's add a little whimsy to the proceedings. Here we go. Oh, fuck. So that whimsical Harry Potter type is courtesy of the Spitfire Audio BBC Symphony Orchestra Discovery, which also has its own player. Have you ever heard the low end of a harp? Project Sam, the free orchestra concert harp sounds pretty great. None of the free harp libraries that I found came with built-in harp glissandos, but I found a real easy way to cheat it. Ready for this? Sounds like shit, right? But then you just go in and move the MIDI around to match the scale. In this case, it's C sharp minor. If that doesn't transport you to realms beyond, I don't know what will. Nothing brings the woodland creatures running to your party quite like a flute. This is the Spitfire BBC Discover one, and it is quite good. I can literally hear the fawns dancing around the fire to that.
Mr. Tumnus, please, you're scaring the children!
Fuck off, I'm practicing my whimsy!
Unfortunately, for the merriment of the fawns, we're about to summon some goblins. That's goblin-y as fuck. It scared the fawns so much they went up a whole octave. And they were like, because they're half goat. And there's an old sad owl watching from a tree above. I have no idea why this is free. It is so good. It just sounds like a real cello. That just sounds real. This is the Performance Samples Pacific Solo Cello Legato. I get sad hearing it. To be honest, this party's starting to look a little lame. Luckily, I know the exact melody to summon goblins. It's not that. But then you only get the really good goblins if you play the same thing an octave higher. The sound that I'm using to summon the goblins is a combination of two different trumpets. We've got this legato solo trumpet from Musical Sampling, and then the one from the BBC SO Discover as well. Problem is the goblins are kind of pussies, so we need to bring the orcs to show them how to have a good time. In order to summon the orcs, we gotta use these troll farts. Sound you can smell. None of these creatures really keep good time on their own, so we're gonna show them how to move with some drums. Some f***ing war drums. In the form of timpanis. F***ing war drums, brother. I choose to gong myself. Who's that at the door? It's death. Death is at the door. If you want to learn about how I did all of this from scratch in great detail and how you can make free VSTs sound amazing, I did a whole course about the song that I wrote in this video, and you can get that at the link in the description below. It's called Symphonic Metal with Free VSTs. You'll also be able to download the Pro Tools templates that I used in this video for free. I got so caught up in all the orchestration and the goblin party, I almost forgot that I promised you some metal. What would happen if we took the same rhythm from that motif and played it on the guitar? Crim Drums free from Bogren Digital slaps so fucking hard. This is also a free guitar tone courtesy of ML Sound Lab's Amped Roots free version. For our metal bass sounds, we have this Death Culture Chronos library. I'm just gonna pretend to play it while you see what I've programmed. And now to stack up the epic for the entrance of the Wizard! This is the Jacob Collier Audience Choir. Orchestral tools, just the ladies.
Now just the lads. More ogre farts. Trumpets. Le French horn. I demand still more ogre farts. Who's that chap from Dragon Ball? Ah yes, Piccolo. Flute. Cello. Violins.
The very underappreciated viola.
And now all together, Avada Kedavra. And again.
A nice French horns melody always gives a little bit of a heroic knight on horseback kind of a vibe, but this is gonna be kind of an evil knight. I couldn't get quite enough attack out of the BBC one alone, so I doubled it up with these heroic horns from the Project Sam Free Orchestra. Beef that up with some nice long violins.
We are gathered here today to get a tasty organ lick into the next section.
Attract more vampires to your party with this one crazy trick.
And now, as promised, my child, I shall reveal to you what it is the f you do with a piccolo, because it's only one thing, and it's trills.
And we all know what pairs delightfully with a piccolo is a flute doing the exact same thing an octave lower. I think that might just be the beginning of the Mission Impossible theme. As you've seen me demonstrate here, I think it's definitely possible to get some pretty amazing sounds out of free virtual instruments. But if you want to go up to the next tier, it is possible to spend a little bit of money and get a lot of really good, very professional sounds. There's something called the East-West Composer Cloud, and for 20 bucks a month, you get access to all of the libraries that they've ever made. I use their basically every day. They're not sponsoring this video or anything, I just really love their stuff. If you wanna try it out, I'll put the link in the description. Well, I hope you brought your dancing shoes, cause now it's time to do the f***ing goblin dance. Don't forget, if you want to learn how to do all of this stuff, I just released a brand new course. You can find that in the description. Stay squishy, and I'll see you real soon.